Oh, yeah. I'm Loki. Not Kermit the Frog. That's none of my business. My green tea's a little cold. I've been a bit busy today preparing for the iPhone 10 launch. Psych! I'm not going to stay up tonight to get the iPhone 10. I know many of you are. As a matter of fact, that is the topic of today's video in the other YouTube channel, youtube.com/Chris Pirillo. I hope you're able to watch the video. I'm currently uploading it, so hopefully I'm not siphoning away too much bandwidth. Let me go ahead and stop that video preview on my end. Okay, that should be good. Yeah, let's see. Did it upload finally? Yeah, it uploaded it. Man, I gotta tell you, I love the YouTube app on Android. Love it. Oh, it's so much better than it is on iOS. Oh, so much better. Anyway, hello everybody. Hello Galaxy. I'm Chris Pirillo, and you've tuned into another live edition of the Lockergnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short, a Q&A with you and me, an AMA every day, powered by you, my subs, my patrons, my super chatters. Wow, we already got the first super chat from Fucho the Clown. With corn emoji, the classic corn emoji, is the live Geek Out with Jerry coming back. Fucho, drunken old man, I'm so glad. That's, by the way, his handle. If you see drunken old man here in the Discord chat, that's his handle. Today, Barnacules was in the Discord chat. I don't know if you knew this, but he's actually a member of our Discord chat. Like, I don't know how often he's going to be there. He started talking, I'm like, whoa, Jerry, what's up? And he says he's uploaded a video to his channel, basically discussing what's been going on. I haven't had a chance to watch it, but I basically said, hey, the invitation to do TLDR is open. So look forward to a hangout, a geek out, once again with Jerry. I don't know if we can get him over here again necessarily, because I got everything set up here the way I'd like it to be outright. But it would be difficult for us to cram in together. But doing a hangout is easy, so simple to do. If we needed to, we could figure out how to go live together through a mobile camera. Maybe after I get these lights changed out from a yellow tone to more of a cool white. But yes, Jerry Barnacules Nerdgasmberg said that he'd be down for a geek out. So I'm hoping he's honest by saying that, because we had quite a community building for a long time, and we lost momentum. So I'd really want to do a geek out with Jerry again. Would love to do a geek out with him every week through a hangout or whatever here in this channel where we did it long ago. Very happy to do that. So thank you, Fucho the Clown, for the super chat. Thank you for breaking the ice there. And also, definitely want to thank the patrons and the who else is back here? The patrons? Oh, and the subs. Yes. The patrons and the subs. You can join Discord chat 24/7 if you head over to either twitch.tv/Chris Pirillo or patreon.com/Chris Pirillo. It's pretty much for them, this Discord chat. You never really know what's going to happen back here. Or in there. I mean, they're living in my screen, but of course you can get the Discord chat from your mobile device as well. Speaking of mobile devices, yesterday's video, wherein I talked about, what was it? God, what did I talk about? Was it the Pixel XL or something about it? I recorded it on the Pixel 2 XL, and it was not a good time. The audio came out really tinny, and I think that's largely due to not just the microphone. A lot of people have complained about it. Further exacerbated potentially by using a case. I don't yet know. But that said, the video I did today is potentially going to look a bit different, and it certainly should sound a lot different because, let me check. Okay, my upload is complete. I recorded a video tonight about the iPhone 10. Are you getting one or getting one? I'm not getting one, and I kind of talked about that again over there, but I know a lot of people are very excited about it, and just want to talk about it all the time. I don't want to talk about the iPhone 10 all the time, and I basically said, here's how I would get it. If the device fund moves forward, I would get it. If the if I happen to be able to get a review unit, yes, but beyond that, it's not in the cards outright. Hell, we were even talking about having to potentially send back the Pixel 2. This is the Pixel 2 XL. The Pixel 2 is charging right now, fast charging actually. I was going to record a video titled the Pixel 2 XL versus the iPhone 8 Plus, but ultimately, decided not to because it's like I didn't have enough time to do it right, and honestly, I needed to charge up the Pixel 2 to record that the video on it so that I could actually hold the Pixel 2 XL in one hand and the iPhone 8 Plus in another. I know everybody's talking about the iPhone 10 now. iPhone 8 Plus is yesterday's news. But still, I'm still not into the whole iPhone 10 thing. I know so many of you are into it, but I'm not there with you in that sense. The video effectively talks a bit more about that. Me saying, yeah, hey, if that's what you want, knock yourself out. But it's still not something for me. JSal1993 comes in with a super chat saying, Chris, can you say nay nay? Actually, I think I took that from a comedian. A stand-up comedian used to do that. I can't remember who it was, but he used to say nay nay. And I just thought it was funny. Nay nay. I'm not the first person to say nay nay. Varghese Ayadel says, until we find a better way for you to get 100% of your donations, got my Pixel 2 XL. So far, I like. This is the thing. Every day that goes by, there seems to be a different issue. I think a lot of the issues can be mitigated with software. I do have the Android 8.1 beta installed. But has anybody else done this as well? I tried toggling the new Core chip for the photos. I don't have that option in my developer settings at all, and I keep looking for it. I go to System Developer Options, and they say it should be like right there at the top, and I don't see it anywhere. So I can't enable the hardware feature right now. Maybe that'll be in a future beta or something to unlock the chip, that's inside it to basically make the processing of photos easier. The shortcoming of the camera, however, is I think tied into software specifically, and here's why: the microphone in the Pixel XL is almost being the microphone is being, or the audio is being overprocessed. That's one of the reasons why yesterday's video was so tinny, I believe, compared to other videos that I've done. I'm using a Rode Shotgun mic. The video I did today is set to go public soon, and I don't know if it'll happen at the same time that we're doing TLDR, but definitely very soon. If only because I know a lot of people are going to be staying up to order their iPhone 10s. We'll do the podcast tonight if you're interested, and it may just be a 20-minute podcast. Honestly, it seems like a good time to do the podcast rather than a half hour. Oh, there's a GIF? Hang on, let me play it. Oh, I can't see it. That's a great little GIF. I don't have autoplay enabled, so I can't see it. All right. But this is the mic I used on the Pixel 2 XL for today's video. I may have set a different white balance, kind of, and I really threw it off. I got reds and greens and everything. By the way, the reason I'm wearing my Loki shirt, not the Kermit the Frog shirt, nay. Jedi wanted me to wear it. I think she likes how it feels. I don't think she cares what it looks like. She doesn't know who Loki is. But this is a Loki shirt. And one of the very few non-Star Wars shirts that I have. But anyway, I use this Rode Lav. And so instead of I hate when people are sitting there with the lav. It just looks so nasty. And it may sound better, but I set it on the desk basically in front of me and I talk. And I figured that's close enough. And so if the audio sounds better, that would likely be why. But the camera is no different. The microphone would be different. So if I'm going to continue to record the videos specifically on a Pixel 2 XL, I will need to use an external mic. If I intend on recording the podcast on the Pixel 2 XL, I'll need to use an external mic. Rode sent this to me years ago. But of course I used the adapter. Worked right away. But the camera app on Android by default, this is like I said, a software shortcoming, won't allow you to bypass the mic on board, which is really kind of strange. I don't know if I like that feature, but I learned about something that none of you told me about called Open Camera. Now, granted, the interface is not as elegant as it could be, but it is open source. It is free. It is very configurable, and I'll give it that. Not, like I said, not perfect. I in fact, for a long time, I was trying to adjust the exposure settings just right, and I didn't think that it was working very well until you hit record, and then you kind of have to readjust again. But the thing is that there's a setting in Open Camera that allows me to effectively use the other mic, an external mic if one's connected. So I connected it and then used it. Aaron Williams told me about Open Camera before, and it's the best. I wouldn't say it's the best. It's okay. I don't think it's the best outright. Didn't I just turn that off and then set it down? Why did it... Weird. Wait, hang on. This is weird. Hang on, it did it again. I pick it up. I press the power button. Oh, now it needs me to unlock. That's weird. Why did it launch into camera again? I don't have it mapped to the default camera button. Oh, the open camera doesn't exactly have... It has different kinds of settings for processing for photos, which is really kind of neat. Like, you can set it so that it automatically balances things out. It's got this nice little, basically a level built in, so it lets you know if you're even. I like that little feature. But like in terms of the way it processes photos, it doesn't do half as well as the Pixel camera does outright. So for photos, I'm inclined to use the Pixel camera. But for those front-facing videos, for the time being, and maybe even the outward-facing videos as well, for the time being, I'm going to be using an external mic. That does concern me, especially if they don't address it in software, because there's some processing going on that's just not a good thing. Kyle Beeson says the comedian who said nay was John Pinette. Yes, and he is no longer with us. That's true. Yeah, that guy was hilarious. He was hilarious. I love that guy. Okay, so we have a few super chats. I apologize that I missed your SkyCop70. It says, super chat for my Pixel 2 XL. Love Android apps. They're nice. They're fine. VT Productions PC. No, you're Lantern. I'm Lantern? I thought I was Loki. Hang on. This is Loki, dude. I don't think this is Lantern. I swear this is Loki, man. I could be wrong, but I don't think I'm Lantern. He says, have you put in your SIM card yet? No, I haven't. I have not. I did see this, and give me a moment. Give me a second, William. I will address that in a bit. VT Productions or Mario, I have not, but here's the thing. I mentioned something in the iPhone video, spoiler alert, where I basically say I have not been touching my iPhone 8 Plus all that often for this past week. My driver has been the Pixel 2 XL, despite its various shortcomings. And not just getting it set up, but I find it more of a joy to use. I'll talk about this in my comparison video, which may get done for tomorrow. But or maybe over the weekend I'll do it. Here's the thing. Tomorrow I'd like to do a live video in the Chris Pirillo channel. We don't have a time yet, but I'd like to do it with Diana. Basically, should we switch Diana to Android? I think this would be a fun conversation to have in the shadow of the iPhone 10 launch. We'll see. She's been using hers, a bit, and I'd like to be able to keep it, but in order to do that, we have to meet the fund. I'm this close. I'm like, yeah, it may be time. It may very well be time. I just can't believe this is happening. I have to remember, you got to do the things with iMessage and iCloud and all that stuff, and I don't want to mess anything up, because that's something that would concern me. Like, wait, I'm not getting the things I should be getting. But hopefully all that will go smoothly. I think the only thing you really need to do on the iPhone if you're switching your SIMs out, especially to a non-iOS device, is specifically turn off iMessages. I think that's the only thing that you have to do. I think. We'll see. I'll look it up before I do anything, because the last thing I want to do is lose anything. But I like the fact that I can choose different SMS app on the Pixel. I'm inclined to use I use all sorts of apps, but I don't know if I'm going to be using Android messages or as for a default SMS app outright, if only for flexibility across the board. And so I don't know what it is I'm going to be using yet. I don't yet know. So now to William. Oh wait, William Hummel. He came in with a super chat just in case I was going to miss it. So this is really funny. Oh, switch it at 2:01 Pacific to celebrate the iPhone 10 shortcomings. That's funny. Give me a second. Let me scroll up. I'm not Kermit. I knew Liz. So Google's statement is interesting. They need to say a bit more. There's other things they need to fix apart from the screen. Like, I get that some people say that the screen is not as vibrant as it could be. I see issues with them needing to look at the microphone. I see issues with them, needing to address other things in software that are just as critical in terms of usability. Not just the screens. I just think that's been overplayed. I really do. I think the whole saturation thing has been completely overplayed. It's been overblown. There's so many other important software fixes for them to look at. Why did they have to do that one? But here's the thing. A 1-year warranty is now 2 years. That's pretty fantastic, though I'll only take advantage of 1 year. and a software update coming to introduce a saturated color mode on the display. So it's nice. I'm glad that they are at least addressing what most of the fans have been saying, but it's like there are so many, like I've logged other software bugs, like some slight mishaps that I've had. Specifically, what I had mentioned with the microphone, and other people have mentioned it. Like, there's a great Reddit or subreddit on talking about a lot of these things. It's been great. But yeah, I did hear about the warranty. Did not hear about the saturated color mode. I'm using Vivid, and if this is the way I should be seeing things, I'm fine with that. I don't want to give myself a false sense of, wow, that picture's really saturated. And then I see it on another screen, I'm like, that picture's not really saturated. What's going on? I don't want to be lied to by the software. So I understand why certain people would want it, but I guess I'm okay with the current mode that Google has, and that's coming directly off of an iPhone. Outright. Maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe I will like the saturation, once it's there, but it's not there yet. VT Productions PC says Google should have used Samsung screens. I don't disagree. I guess it could have come down to Samsung not playing ball with Google, which is funny. Or, they just didn't have the supply, or they didn't have enough weight to throw around. I don't know the answer. They obviously went with LG for a reason. I would personally like to see something else happen apart from a 2-year warranty. But this, to me, when they say 2-year warranty software update, they're telling us that the hardware that you have is pretty much it. So that to me it's not scary, but like I want them to fix more than just a saturated color thing in the maybe they said more. William, tweet me the link, 'cause I definitely want to take a look at it to kind of read what else may be coming in a software update. Because I'm all about that. I live on the bleeding edge of the software updates. That's why I'm on the beta for Android, and it's fine. I mean, so far I haven't run into any more bugs or any fewer bugs than I had before. If I've run into bugs. I can't say, things are better and things are faster and more responsive. It's a 0.1 update. The APIs have already been pushed out to the Google Play Store, so that means developers can publish updated versions of their apps with better API calls. So it's quite nice. Liz reminds us to visit go.tagjag.com/free points if you want to earn gift cards. It's what I do to basically pay for some of these Android apps that I buy. I cover it, I just basically earn gift cards, and yay, didn't have to spend money on a gift card that I get. So I get these things, I pay for them, but I get them for free. It's easy to do. Sorry, I was scrolling back because I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anybody, and I already mentioned Varghese in his comment, until we find a way to get 100% of the donations. No, thank you, mate. There's Skycop 70s. There is VT Productions. There's William, because I had to scroll back for William's thing. Thank you. There's Chris Pirillo there. Thank you for all the reactions there, Discord. That's really funny. It's okay. Yeah, there he is. Nene. I guess I'm doing it in his memory, in his honor. There we go. When did we start using Discord chat? I found the welcome message when I joined. I don't know. We tried it a long time ago. A long time ago. Yeah, see, there we go. I think LG was a supply issue. The next super chat from RM just came in. Thank you very much. Do you think they will recall Pixel 2 XLs? So here's the reason why I now no longer believe they would ever recall the Pixel 2 XLs. Think about it. They just said they're going to offer a 2-year warranty. Why would they recall a device? They're going to give you a 2-year warranty. Why would they recall that? They're fixing some issues outright. I don't think they're going far enough with what needs to be fixed. I could be wrong. But then again, the screen saturation issue wasn't a problem for me. I mean, yeah, it is kind of an issue, the grainy and blotchy, nature of what they've got with LG's OLED screen, but I don't know. I don't know if I see a viable alternative. No, I don't think they're going to recall the Pixel 2 XLs. I don't. They need to tweak a hell of a lot more with software, though, I can tell you that much right now. A lot more. I'm going to have to effectively let people know that, what those software problems are, in the hope that they're getting documented and logged. The problem is if the media doesn't pay attention to it, it doesn't get covered. That's what worries me. Is just uh it's something that I really want them to fix. Oh, I gotta try I didn't try it in the 8.1 update, but I did try it yesterday. The NFC clicking noise on the Pixel 2, it's there. They allegedly may fix that in software. Whether or not they will, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to fix. I just wish Google was more transparent about that process. I really do. Then again, I wish Apple was more transparent about that process. Oh, Apple Store's getting down. There you go. Mm. Eh. And this is, I guess this is news. It's not news to me. YapApp7 asks, what launcher have you decided to go with? I tried the Pixel launcher again. I'm like, well, maybe I would like it again, but I'm an Action Launcher fan. Huge fan of Action Launcher. And very, very happy with it. In fact, I just realized that something that I didn't think I could do, I could do. Not looking in the right place effectively. Action Launcher allows me to swipe down from the middle of the screen to pull up Notification Center, swipe up to pull up the app drawer. I can configure the app drawer with adaptive icons and everything. I can swipe over and get like a widget screen over there. See, look at that. So it's all my widgets. I could even swipe over this way and get a list of apps, but I've turned that feature off. I can configure a double tap for the screen. You see a little jank every time you do that. Google app is not jank free. I wish there was something that fixed the Google app being jank free. Turn your head toward the bookshelf and drink tea. This way. Okay, Liz, did you get your thumbnail? I didn't try Nova on this phone, believe it or not. I went right to Action Launcher after Eddie recommended it, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Right away in terms of performance and features and everything that I might want in the device or on a launcher. Maybe not perfect, but I've been able to communicate with the developer to say, all right, maybe if this was this way and this was that way, I'd be happier with it. But I'm good. I think I'm sticking with Action Launcher for a few different reasons. For quite a few different reasons. Tobor asks a question: how do I join your Patreon page? That's easy to do. Patreon.com/Chris Pirillo. In fact, I bet you one of these three patrons here, you can tell because they're in orange. The purple people are not the purple people eaters, but the purple people are from Twitch, the subs on Twitch. Patreon.com/Chris Pirillo. Click to become a patron at the $5 pledge level or higher, and then you'll get the instructions there to how to connect Discord. So there's the answer to that question. Tobor asks, why did Google decide to go with two different manufacturers' displays? I believe that's all down to supply chain more than anything, and maybe trying to balance out with partners. But man, Google would be really not well advised if they went with LG again after this debacle, because some of these screen problems just cannot be patched. VT Productions PC says, I think for the second gen device they did okay. Samsung is supplying iPhone 10 screens and Note 8, so maybe Gen 3 Pixel will get their screens. Yeah, for a second gen device, like I said, it's definitely not perfect, but it's a solid enough software experience, and I could hope for more, and I could hope for better, and maybe eventually it'll get there. We're not there yet, but I'm anxiously awaiting that. Certainly. I want the best that I can possibly have in the palm of my hand, and sometimes it doesn't happen. Some of those issues can be addressed with software, I hope. Some of those issues may very well be related to hardware. Can I live with the hardware shortcomings? Yes. Can I live with other shortcomings? It's not going to be as easy to do outright. That mic on the video thing is not quite a deal breaker. I can kind of work around it for my regular workflow. But it's something that, again, can and should be adjusted with software. And it's been seen that it could very well be a software issue. Yeah, that's how I feel. Oh, you tweeted it? Thank you for tweeting and tagging. I do appreciate that. If only because I need to make sure I catch it. And I catch my mentions on Twitter. Quentin says, my Pixel 2 XL just black comes in tomorrow. Thanks for video content shedding the light on the good. Yeah, there's plenty of good. But a lot of, what are they thinking with that? I am concerned about the tinniness of the audio. Oh, it's cute. Cute. Leave it to Liz. I knew you would do this. As soon as Jedi says she wanted this shirt, I'm like, really? Special Experience Z says Google said they will hide the navigation bar, enhance colors, and offer extra year warranty. Oh, okay. So you've heard. Well, I don't know if that's true. We'll see. But they also need to adjust that mic because I think that's a software thing. That would make me happier. Then hiding the nav bar will help. I'd like that. It'd give me a lot more screen real estate. That's for sure. I'd like that a lot. Being able to hide, going into immersive mode, that makes me very, very happy. Very happy. Because I like that on the LG V30 a lot. It helps a lot because it's just cleaner. And the only issue is there's a bit more swiping and locking around, but they're at least looking into it. They are. JHockey17 says, "Hey, your daughter is happy." No doubt. I mean, this is what she wanted. I really, honestly, I'll ask her, "What shirt am I wearing, baby?" And she'll pick out my shirts. It's kind of neat. BG Simba says, "My Pixel 2 XL just arrived and it's amazing." I think part of what makes this an amazing experience for me is all of these various features, but you gotta try Action Launcher. I'm telling you, the Pixel Launcher's fine, but it took me maybe an evening to get Action Launcher set up the way that I might like it, and I've not turned around since. I don't. The one thing that I do have an issue with, like the wallpapers, specifically the not the default wallpapers, but the pixel wallpapers, the animated wallpapers. There's one called GUI or whatever. What's it called? Licorice GUI or something. And it's neat. The problem is, even at full brightness, the screen issues are pretty damn prevalent. It's pretty bad. Like if you want to highlight the screen issues on the Pixel XL 2 XL, use that wallpaper because it's not optimized for OLED screens. It is definitely for LCD screens. Yeah. Christian Daw asks, "Is there a launcher that can hide the nav bar?" No, nav bar is system wide. The launcher is pretty much just for the home screen. Matt Tanucci says 3 things. First, and thank you, by the way, for the super chat message. I'm not sure if that's too bright for everybody. Let me dim it down. 3 things. First, it seems Samsung was seriously limited by the iPhone 10. Also, that may have been the case, which is that's really sad. We could have had a better screen if it wasn't for Apple. Also, Google has close to $1 billion invested in LG, so expect it next year. That's true as well. Extra year warranty is official from the product forum. So the extra year warranty doesn't thrill me as much, if only because I'd be likely moving on from the Pixel 2 XL to the Pixel 3 XL. That would likely be my trajectory. Theoretically, things would get better and jank further disappears. Although my worry is that some of the jank hasn't or isn't necessarily going to get better with a faster device. Some of that stuff just needs to be looked at outright. But I also hope that, in the coming years, maybe in the next 3 years, we'll see, what's the name of the project? Andromeda? From Google, the up and coming operating system that they're working on to potentially address a lot of the issues that Android's kind of suffered from. Maybe even being able to use current gen devices to run those new software experiences as the next gen for Android. I'm looking forward to it very much. It'll be an exciting time, a very exciting time if and when that happens to be ready. William also notes Apple also has $3 billion invested in LG too. Yet they use Samsung panels. Yes, J Hockey Action Launcher is Chris Lacey. So, all I want is the best decision for consumers. I don't want a deal to be done simply because we invested in this company and we're going to use them. What's the best deal for us? Oh, Fuchsia. That's it. Thank you, Garank Falk. Andromeda's dead. The real one's called Fuchsia. That's true. I knew it was something like that, but it used to be called something else. Fuchsia is the name of it. They're not very far along, though. I think they've got just basic prototype frameworks put in place. But I do believe that they will continue to improve it, and it will replace Android. They'll basically take a lot of the pain points of Android and say, all right, here's Fuchsia, and everybody will be happy. Rodrigo Contreras says, the fact that Google is addressing some of these concerns already shows they're listening and worried about user perception. This gives me hope they will do their best to mitigate big issues. Yeah, but again, everybody's got an issue, right? And that's the problem when everybody's saying, "Oh, it's the screen is oversaturated or undersaturated." They fix that. I'm like, but the microphone on the media device that you're using to record, why is that going to get patched? Is it going to does it rank somewhere? I wish they were paying more attention or allowing us to effectively use the products. And I don't think it's an issue that other people have mentioned in the subreddit, which tells me it's not a defective unit. It's just possibly a software, because I mean, on the phone, the microphone sounds fine. Sounds just fine. It's just that in the camera app, it's outright the camera app that you would use. It's definitely not fine. Another thing I might do, actually, see, I wish I had a better way of testing it. What I'll do is I'll record a test video in the open camera app, and then another video in the camera app, and then have someone who understands audio do a side by side to see which one's tinnier, if one sounds tinnier at all. So yeah, I don't disagree with any one of you. VT Productions PC says, would like to see Google use Samsung device with their software like previous Google Edition phones. I got a Note 8, love it, but let's see here. But I don't think you would love the software unless you change the launcher. Yeah, but even after I change the launcher, you still got to deal with TouchWiz throughout the rest of the experience. So I don't have a Note 8. I've been asking everybody I can think of about sponsorship options. I may have a phone call tomorrow to talk further about doing these kinds of sponsorship things to make it easier to get these devices, which would help and give, this ongoing flow of content. Because if I can't, I got to rely on device funds. Everyday Izzy says, and thank you, Everyday Izzy, for your super chat. Hi, Chris. Did you see where Waz commented the iPhone 10 is going to be the first iPhone he doesn't upgrade on day one? Yes, I do. And I did see that. And in fact, I did mention it in the Chris Pirillo video, which admittedly just finished uploading and processing when TLDR began. I kind of had a late start today because of a few different meetings and things that I was doing. But yeah, I did hear that. And I guess I'm kind of... I'm with him. I mean, maybe for different reasons, but I still, and my conspiracy theory is that the people buying the iPhone 10 tonight, there are people who are genuinely wanting one and excited for one. And don't get me wrong, it would be nice to try for everybody, but I can't justify spending $1,000 that I can't recoup. Or would for having a device that I'm not going to use on a regular basis. I think it's not something that's in the cards for me right now. And by the time I could get an iPhone 10, the buzz will be completely gone and people will have moved on. So it didn't happen. I don't feel like I need to get one. I'll do a first impressions in the store. But beyond that, it's not something that is remotely exciting for me. I mean, if only because it runs iOS, and I've kind of moved on from iOS more than anything. VT Productions PC says, by the way, super chats I've done today are for Diana's fund. Thank you very much. The big one is going to be tomorrow when we do a live video for Diana. I don't know what we'll title it, like help Diana switch from iOS to Android, from iPhone to Pixel. And then basically the super chats for that video will go towards it, and then of course the device fund will do the when I hold up the iPad and say, here are all the people that were in the device fund. So that you remember that the device fund scroll list. I do have to record the Pixel 2 XL versus the iPhone 8 Plus, but I don't know if I'll do it for making it public tomorrow or if I'll make it public on Saturday. After everybody's talking about the iPhone 10, I know I'm so out of touch. Speeding Cheetah says, Chris, install Notch Launcher. It'll help you get used to the new trend of notches on phones now. Nope. Mexico Mank, one of our patrons, must be a patron, right? Because that's a Discord thing. Do you think developers have any incentive to make tablet-optimized Android apps thanks to the Chromebook Pixel? No, I don't. I think the Chrome tablet or the Android tablets are kind of dead, apart from maybe what Amazon's doing with them, if you call those Android tablets. But The Chromebook Pixel looks to be, quite serviceable. I'm excited to try the Android apps on my Chromebook, on the Pixelbook when it arrives. Still need to finish up the fund for that, but very much looking forward to that. Even after seeing the reviews today, I'm like, yeah, those sound like things that I would, want to use or try specifically with that particular device as a replacement for the iPad Pro. Part of the offsetting cost is going to be to basically sell the iPad Pro and the keyboard if I can to anybody, so that I'm hands off, and then I can apply the rest of it to the Pixelbook fund. That'll go a long way. I don't know if I'm going to sell the iPhone 8 Plus outright, if only because I know inevitably people will want do a comparison between the iPhone 8 Plus and the, other device X, and as those new devices roll in, then I'd have a comparison touch point. Yeah, it's anybody's guess, and just let me make sure I answer the question appropriately. Yeah, even in the videos, they were showing how the Android apps are kind of stretched out, and they're not optimized for a big screen. But I think you can also run those Android apps in window form. And maybe they're not, fully optimized for the screen at hand, but I don't know what I'm going to run yet. I don't know if I'm going to have a Facebook app in the background, be kind of neat, a Messenger app in the background, an Instagram app, or just open the Instagram app. There's some confusion in terms of which app is being launched. Like, is it the Android version of Google Play that works in the tablet mode, or is it the Chrome version that works in laptop mode? I mean, there's still a little bit of muddy water there. So there we go. Oh, AJ Pokan, he just subbed to me on Twitch. Hey, AJ, it'll be nice to see you in Twitch then. I really do appreciate it because, I've seen you around for a while. It will take about an hour or so to synchronize Twitch subs to the Discord chat. So if you want to join Discord chat, head over to twitch.tv/Chris Pirillo. The instructions are there, and, we'll get you in. Don't worry about it. Wrath K says, I just returned my Pixel 2 XL for a Pixel 2. The speakers are better on the smaller device. Really? I didn't think they were at all. What's funny is I had to download a camera update to get the front-facing portrait mode. Everybody does, Wrath. I'm not sure. I still think the speakers are better on the Pixel 2. The mic, maybe not so much right now with the software tweaks. Alex Vizini says, are you going to get your dad to try a Pixel 2 XL? Oh, yeah. Maybe the first time I see him, I'd basically fire up a guest mode on a phone and say, all right, try it. I don't think he'd switch from an iPhone, nor does he need to, or should he. I think iOS suits him just well. Bill Fowler comes in with the super chat, and that's why I froze on this scroll. Do you see Google as being more hungry in the smartphone game than Apple at this point? Yes, absolutely. Like I said, I think yesterday or the day before in TLDR, Google has something to prove. And so now with being kind of put further behind, like in being slagged for these decisions they made with hardware, I think they've got even more to prove. And so that's going to make them hungrier for not just software updates and improving with every iteration of software updates for the Pixels at least, or the Pixels 2. But even with the next Pixel, they already see where the bar could be set, and they have to far exceed what we've received in this range of Pixels. I can't say outright that this array of Pixels tops the first gen in every way, shape, and form. There are certain things that I think are demonstrably better on the newer devices than compared to the older devices. I never had the first gen Pixel XL. I maybe want to try it at some point, but it would definitely have to be a way down the line because we're already there and gone. I didn't have an opportunity to try one last year. So yes, the answer, Bill Fowler, is absolutely. Dennis Camacho comes in with a super chat. I disagree with VT Production. Google needs to work on their own hardware. Everything should come from the same house to build the ecosystem. Hi, Chris. Hi, Dennis. Hi, everybody else. Yeah, I totally agree. They need to be doing more in-house. And I don't think anything more would be, necessary after seeing this recent debacle. Like HTC, having HTC's team now, basically the Pixel team, should give us substantially better experiences on the next generation of Pixels. Not to say you have to wait for a year. You have to decide whether or not you can live with this for a year. But if it ends up being you have to decide whether you can deal with the software shortcomings. If it ends up being a hardware problem, you've got a 2-year warranty now with the Pixel 2s. That's not bad. So I'm like, all right, well, if I do get burn-in, I know I can return it, I can exchange it, and I'd be good to go. Jerome Miller Jr. says the 8.1 preview is nice so far on my Pixel XL. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about the 8.1 preview, the beta. It definitely has way more features for non-Pixel 2 users than the Pixel 2 users. Like, a lot of the updates, I'm like, well, I already had that. So now it trickles down to everybody else. But, just a little more polish, a little more refinement, and, everybody should be happy with that. I'm not having any issues, but I haven't been, using it very hard. The thing that I would really like to see in every app update is just a lot more jank going away, especially in Google's apps. I'd really like to see that. We've got a limitation of the hardware, potential limitation of the RAM. I want them to up their game. One of the reasons that I would be interested in finding a sponsor for the next OnePlus device, despite them doing the whole privacy thing, they said they're going to update it. That gives me hope. I'm looking for a purer Android type of experience, and I want to try something that is spec'd out a little higher, and that may very well be it. That's what the community kind of floats to. So that's if I have the next device, if I'm not able to get the Samsung Note 8, shrug emoji. It hasn't happened yet. Then the next one I'd eyeball for a sponsored device would be a OnePlus 5. What is it? 5T they're talking about or something before 6, something like that. All right, so that's that super chat. I'm just scrolling through the super chats here. I apologize everybody, but there's Jerome's super chat, and thank you by the way for all the super chats. They absolutely help. My scroll didn't stop quite yet. I don't know what that is, but okay. Mexico Mank, do you think Google need to actively try to resuscitate Android tablets? No, I don't. I think a viable tablet experience is essential to have an ecosystem to compete with Apple. You're looking at Chromebooks and the Pixelbook. Just because, in my opinion, Apple still has more of a complete ecosystem with tablet, smartwatch, phone, and desktop that all talk to each other. Yep, Pixelbook. I think Pixelbook's the solution, and I think they've done a fair job with it. The Pixelbook, I mean, in terms of the reviews, like if anybody has an issue, it's that the software isn't as full featured, or that you can't edit video and you can't do this that you could do on a Mac desktop or a Windows desktop or a traditional laptop. But I guess for me, as an iPad replacement, it's more than suitable. Way more than suitable. Okay, you're in. I don't know who you are, eTrone, but I guess everything's synchronized. Sometimes usernames are different on YouTube and Patreon as well as Discord. So, William Hummel says, worthy replacement for iPad Pro that runs Android. Pixel C ain't it. Yeah, I saw the Pixel C at a distance. I'm like, I wasn't interested. This year, the Pixelbook was compelling. It'll be telling. If I enjoy the software experience on the Pixelbook, that's all I'm looking for. Will I enjoy the software experience on the Pixelbook? If the answer is yes, then the iPad Pro is going to go. I'm done with it. There's zero doubt in my mind. Zero doubt. Michael asked in YouTube chat, 2-year warranty, when did that come up? Yeah, today. I guess Google posted something. So, you never know what's going to happen at all. With the whole Google trying to stay ahead of the problem, and I think by staying ahead of the problem, they're going to be doing things like this that allow them to continue down their current hardware choices path, but addressing things in software as they come up and can be addressed in software. But the 2-year warranty, I think, went a long way to effectively stemming the blowback. I'm getting rid of. I'm going with another one. They're not the oversaturation or undersaturated. I'm getting another one. Or the microphone. Maybe I'm the only one complaining about the microphone or the speaker decibel levels or whatever it happens to be. I think that it's showing that they're going to stick with the hardware choice that they made and try to patch as much as they possibly can in software. And I think that's fine by me. I'm okay with that. So I saw another question here that says, what are your thoughts on the Pixel 3 news? And I think I haven't heard much about it apart from a code name. I don't think there's really any news apart from that. Screen Playhouse LLC says, can I buy a $999 Pixelbook with the beta OS? Okay. It's not a beta OS. You can get into the beta channel for a Chromebook, but it's not a beta OS. I like the Pixelbook, but the non-detachable keyboard makes it a no-go. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's fair. Honestly, most of my use case with the iPad is like this, with the keyboard. No joke. And honestly, I'd just be inclined to use a tent mode just as well. Something like that. The tablet mode, I'm not using as much with the iPad. Haven't used it that way in really a long time. It just all depends on your use case, man. Champ comes in with the super chat saying, "Get the 10. Your review matters. Still use your iPad Pro." Not really all that much. I think my primary use case right now is when I'm recording the podcast in the Twitch channel. I do split screen, but I can do that on a Chromebook, or a Pixelbook. So it's not. It's overkill. What I got here is like it's legacy more than anything else, but it's just the software performance that is just ultimately I feel a drag on my experience with it. I'm not happy with it at all. Etron in Discord chat, what are your thoughts on Pixel 2 rear camera performance, front options as well? Well, opinions. I think they're great. Honestly, I'm happy with them. I have not done a camera comparison between the iPhone 8 and the Pixel 2 XLs or the Pixel 2 XL. But that's eventually coming. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet outright because I use iPad software right now for doing camera comparisons, and I don't want to hold on to the iPad just to do camera comparisons. I'm not going to get the 10 outright. I kind of talk about this in today's Chris Pirillo video for everybody, which is probably going to be going public very, very soon. VT Productions PC asks Super Chat, it's funny how techies are okay with Apple's crap, yet with Pixel they're giving it really bad press. Hashtag Diana Pixel Fund. Yeah, that's the thing is like they pick and choose what their battles are, and they go by what they perceive is a big issue, and whether or not it actually takes hold is anybody's guess. But everyone's looking for something different. To me, it boils down to people making more of a fuss about hardware than in software. And that's what bothers me. I think that's how we got to where we are with iOS 11. It's really, and the more I use the Pixel 2 XL, the more I see, don't get me wrong, I definitely see the jank. Like, it's definitely prevalent. Like, in a few, like, if I double tap the Google app, I can see it kind of popping up that way, which doesn't make me happy. And I go through and I've been tweaking, oh, that's the camera. I don't want the camera. Wait, was that the... Oh, I see. Open camera. I'll swipe those away. There's definitely some degree of jankiness, but I'm still tweaking the animation scales or the duration scales. Like I found animator duration scale at 1x is great. Transition animation scale, I've turned to 5x, and animation and then the window animation scale I've turned off just to kind of experiment to see which kind of smoothness I like most. And I don't know if I have a perfect solution for everything. But I've even considered, not even because of the jank that I see in launching the Google app, despite being on the beta. Oh yeah, let's find it. That's great. Oh, cool. See contacts. Turn on. Oh, interesting. Oh, this is nice. Turn on notifications access to see top contacts and messages from additional apps in one place. This will enable Google to read notifications from all apps. You can select which messaging apps notifications we use or turn off access in settings. Personals. Feature does not send your notification. Oh, cool. Nice. Huh. Okay, cool. I turned it on. That's really neat. Apps. So what does this do? I'm trying to figure out what everything does. Wow, that's cool. Sweet. Yeah, that's really, that's slick. Man, if only the Google search app was, if only the app was a better performer, like specifically when it like loads in. And I wish I could talk to someone about that. And the closest person I've had is T_Murray. Yeah, I'm not sure what that exactly that's going to do. I don't even know how I get back to the interface. Those are favorite topics. How do I get back to that interface? Okay, recent? Not recent. Notifications? No, that's agenda. History? No. How do I get back to that interface? Settings? No. Okay, now I'm confused. Saved? No, I definitely don't have any saved. Favorite images. I don't have a favorite image. Weird. Remove. Apparently I had a favorite image somewhere, somehow. Yes, yes, remove. Dang, dude. Yeah, I don't know how it's in the beta app, but it doesn't I don't know how to get back to that feature again. Strange. Oh, sorry. Discord. I'll look at Discord. Uh yes. Tonuch, I answered that question at the beginning. I have not made the swap yet. It will be very, very soon. William Hummel, and I'll go back and read the other questions. Sorry, when I get interested in something that's going on, I'm like, I really dive in. William Hummel says, I'd be happy if Pixelbook 2 took a Surface Book approach. You can use it as laptop, tablet mode, temp mode, or just remove the keyboard entirely. Yeah, that'd be interesting. I actually don't think I mind the all-in-one design, though. VT Productions PC says, it's funny how techies... Oh, yeah, I've already answered that question. So I've addressed that question. Did I miss anything else here? Etron asks, any plans to buy a Nintendo Switch? Not outright. Maybe it could be Jedi's first game console in the next couple years. No, her first game console will be an Atari 2600. But thank you for making that suggestion. Hey Liz, let me ask you this: how did the video turn out? You watched it? Have you watched? Does it sound okay? Because it's a different mic. I mean, I don't. It should look better. It should sound better based upon what I did. But what do you think? Does it look better and sound better, Liz? Since you watched it, shouldn't sound as tinny. That's for sure. Okay, so I'm good. I'm all caught up there. I'm still pale. Well, dude, Thanks, Liz. How about some helpful feedback next time? Jesus Leon. Would you have bought the Moment lens in case if you hadn't gotten it for free? You know, I would have, if I knew I needed to use a telephoto, if I saw more reviews that suited my type of use case, then I may be a little more interested. Would have been interested. It made it a lot easier to choose. But I can tell you this, that macro lens is amazing. It is amazing. I can't tell you how amazing it is. Here, let me show you. So I've got some unpopped popcorn kernels here. So see these popcorn kernels? Don't worry, I have super strong teeth. Oh, don't you just love unpopped popcorn kernels? Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. So if I took a picture of them, like the closest I could get to these unpopped popcorn kernels, yeah, they're soybeans. They're not popcorn kernels. Fooled you. So if I opened up the camera, I could get, maybe a little close, like that close with it. If I wanted to get, if I want to get a better detailed shot, I can get, right on top of it. Like, it's, microscope kind of quality. That to me is, it's amazing. And I just got word from an old friend, and he's working on a project that sounds so awesome. It's going to be, I think, the ultimate gift for any geek. And I think I'm going to be getting one outright. I'm very, very excited. Yeah, I'm very excited. I can't talk about it because I don't know if I can talk about it officially, but it's for someone who thought they already had everything, but you don't. And if it turns out to be true, like what it is, everyone's going to want one. I saw everything. I'm like, I wish I could talk more about it, but when you see this thing, it's not a gadget. It's not a gadget, but you'll want one. I guarantee it. I guarantee you'll want one. It's very cool. It's very cool. I'm very excited for it. Checking comments again. What email client are you using on the Pixel? Not a huge fan of Gmail. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Gmail either. But I am using Gmail. I use Inbox. Google's Inbox has been just fine for me. In terms of my general use. Like if I go to, let's see here, I haven't launched it in a while. Inbox is in my recently used stuff. Congrats, your video's on YouTube. Delete. I can tap to open, delete. I just like the general experience a little more compared to, and it's not even perfect. Look at that. It's for some reason the thumbnail here is stretched. I don't know what's up with that. That's inbox. That's like really weird. Has that ever happened to you? Like it doesn't happen. I don't think it happens that way on iOS to me or for me. But for some reason, it's the thumbnail stretched. I don't think there's anything that I've toggled that would necessarily cause that problem outright. Although I should ask you this, I've disabled hardware overlays. Always use GPUs for screen compositing and force GPU rendering, force use of GPU for 2D drawing. I don't know if that does anything. I make sure I try not to toggle too many of these defaults, especially if I don't know what the hell they do. But I'm very much very the only thing is I really tweak in here are specifically the animations. Those are the only things I do. I don't think that would have done anything. Yeah, see that doesn't look right. God, I'm talking about inbox and there it just does some kind of layout slop. Yeah, it's something that's weird. That's got to be something in the message itself, right? Well, here's one way of finding out. I'll just go to Gmail. And then, what is it? Social? No, let me load the images here. I don't load images. Show pictures. Oh yeah, see it seems to be the right aspect. Those seem to be... No, actually no. It's not the aspect ratio. Oh, weird. Now it did fit the aspect ratio. That's kind of odd how inbox... Huh. Gmail would do it. They changed something, I think, in their formatting. Somehow. Somewhere. Fair enough. Anyway, that's what I use for email. Everyone's going to have a different choice. There's so many options for email, of course. All right, what do we have now? What's next? Next questions. So far, very impressed with Pixel 2 XL. See, people are, for the most part, impressed. They're not perfect devices, but, they work. They're a heck of a lot better than what I've seen before, despite the various shortcomings. I just want a button that just fixes jank. That's it. If it means that I gotta wait for an even faster processor, great. I wait for a faster processor. If it means that I have to get more RAM, then I'll go with more RAM. The OnePlus, the next OnePlus, may, like I said, I'm gunning to get a sponsor for it. That because it's a purer Android type of experience that's all about performance. That's from my understanding. I'm willing to give it a shot. If it's got a good camera, if it's got a camera that can keep up, then I'm fine. As long as the camera can keep up. But didn't the OnePlus have not a good camera at one point? I can't remember. After mentioning Jerry earlier, do you do any 3D printing? I do not. Any interested? No, not really. Etron asks, any case or screen protector recommendations for Pixel 2? Just got mine yesterday. The case, honestly, that I'm using right now is I went back to the Google case because I was troubleshooting the microphone issues. It's not as... I haven't tried the built-in mic. I'm afraid to use the built-in mic again because it was so tinny, and I didn't change anything else apart from using that case. And I have to follow up with the Moment guys. But I will be using it again, soon as I go to live stream a TLDR episode from the Moment offices in Seattle. Neither the 3 or the 5 impressed you. Just good for the price. Oh, why didn't it impress you? Oh, they've never been great. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm willing. It's like a trade-off, right? If this is my default camera, I want it to be a good camera. I need it to be a good camera. So OP5 has dual camera, but no iOS, which is why I didn't upgrade to it. Yeah, that'd be a showstopper. Hey Chris, I know I saw you pulled put the sim tool on the top mic of the 2XL. You think I missed anything up? I don't know. You'd have to ask Google. They may have to replace the unit. But it was clear to me like where a SimGate is, right? And they even knew. Essential knew that there was a problem with the placement. That's fair. The 5 just didn't compete with the XL1. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. You gotta compete favorably, otherwise it's just not interesting to me. John Doe says, by the way, does the Note 8 have any AR capabilities like the iPhone at all? I think so. AR kit? No. AR, what are they calling it? What's Google calling it? AR something? They did a deal with Samsung saying it's going to be on all the Samsung devices. That's a software update. That's not a hardware thing. Outright. I tweeted at Made by Google, but they've yet to respond. Sometimes they're slow. They jumped in one of my threads. It was really funny. I'm like, Maybe made by Google knows AR Core. Thank you, everybody, for mentioning AR Core. That's exactly what it is. Now what it is time to wrap up, everybody. Thank you for tuning in live. You should go watch the other video in the other YouTube channel. We'll be publishing it soon. Get notifications turned on so you can be the first to see it. The topic is about the iPhone 10 because I know a lot of people are going to be talking about that and wanting to talk about it tonight. And I'm just curious to know, like, what kind of, who in my community is getting one and why. You will see how all that goes. If you are so inclined, we can do a 20-minute podcast tonight. If you are interested in joining me with the podcast, head over to twitch.tv/Chris Pirillo, and you join me in chat there, whether or not you are a sub. You can sign up to be a sub. Just press the sub button. You can do it for free if you have your Amazon Prime account connected to your Twitch account, but you'll have to manually upgrade or remember to sub to me again every month in order to maintain access to Discord chat here. But I think that's where we're going to go now. If you also want to join Discord, apart from just being a sub of mine on Patreon and supporting, or Twitch and supporting me that way, you can also join by way of patreon.com/Chris Pirillo. The Discord chat's open 24/7. Now, it seems Jerry may be in there a little more frequently. He's got like 6,000 people in his chat, but it's also a free-for-all. I'm like, not interested. I'll keep it to subs and patrons, thank you very much. There's no way I can handle that many people. I'd love to have 6,000 patrons and subs. That would be amazing. Y'all could make that happen. But that's where we are today. So, 20-minute podcast recording. I'm going to try it with the lav mic now on the Pixel 2 XL. And then go eat dinner after that. So, see you over on the Twitch channel. Twitch, why do you keep saying this? Z, look at Discord law. I am. What? Do I have a blurb for tonight's video? No, make something up, Liz. Jeez. iPhone 10, are you getting one? I'm just curious. Okay, fine, I'll write one up. I'm going to write one up, and then I'm going to start live streaming on twitch.tv/Chris Pirillo. I love you, I appreciate you. At this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. May the Force be with you.